if you're a young guy and you can get an FHA loan for a fourplex, because the loan goes up to 4 units.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
If I was in my 20s and a young guy, I would buy a fourplex with an FHA loan.
How's that?
Yeah.
All right, so are all these investing gurus actually telling you the truth about investing with an FHA loan? Let me explain how it really works. 30 scenarios in 30 days, day 15. All right, so there's 2 things at work here. You have the self-sufficiency rule, and you have to see if it actually qualifies. So self-sufficiency, FHA mortgages on a 3 and 4 unit, you take the market rent, so you add together the rent of all the units, 3 here, 4 here. So, and again, this doesn't have to do with the borrower's qualifications. The borrower could qualify from a credit, income, and asset perspective. If the property doesn't do or pass the self-sufficiency test, you get declined. So take, for instance, we all love the $1 million sale price example. With an FHA mortgage, again, obviously with this example. So if you're going to do your 3.5% down payment, of course, $35,000. Let's use a rate of 6%, again, as we typically do, 7% APR. So let's just say roughly about a $6,000 a month principal and interest payment. It's gonna be about a $600 a month mortgage insurance payment. Let's say it's gonna be $700 a month for taxes, $300 for insurance. So you have about a $7,600 a month mortgage payment. Let's say you have a 4 unit. Each unit is $3,000 a month in rent. Now 75% of 12,000 is 9,000. So 9,000 is higher than 7,600, which means it passes the self-sufficiency test. What if this is a 3 family? So if this is a 3 unit, we'll put that over here. 3,000 times 3 this time is 9,000. 9,000 times 75% is, I don't have a clue. 6,750, folks. Is that greater than or equal to 7,600? It's not. In the case of this $1 million sale price with a $7,600 payment, if it's a 4-unit property and each unit commands $3,000 in rent, that's $12,000 all in monthly in rent. 75% is $9,000. That's greater than $7,600 the payment. It passes, no issues there. But say this exact property, say in Brooklyn, the rent costs have not caught up to the values in Brooklyn. So self-sufficiency, especially on a 3-unit property, is very difficult in Brooklyn. Now you have a 3-unit property, $3,000 a month in rent times 3 is $9,000. 75% of that, thanks calculator, is $6,750. You could not close. You would get declined even if you had an 800 credit score and millions of dollars in the bank after, if this was a 3-unit property. So make sure, although it makes sense to invest with an FHA loan, of course, you have to live there for a year, you have to make sure you don't get your hopes up, buy yourself a property, you're in contract, and you get declined.